Originally, when I was offered my training contract, I was given the LPC route as my kind of default option, which would have meant taking a year out doing full-term study. As I was buying a flat at the time, which meant that I couldn't financially pay for the mortgage and take a year out. So I asked the HR at the time whether or not I was able to do the SQE route, because I knew of previous people that had done it within the firm. And I knew it was potentially an option to basically earn whilst you learn at the same time, which was very useful for me because it meant that essentially I could potentially do both. SQE is split into two bits. You've got SQE 1, which is a multiple choice exam. You'll do that before you come to Capital now. SQE 2 is it's the more practical half. It's split into 16 different stations, so 16 different exams that you'll do. You'll do, over 3 days, you'll do 4 exams in a day, and there'll be your written one. So you'll do one, which is a case matter analysis, basically an advice note. You'll do one that's a bit of drafting, one that's a bit of research, and one that's just an email to a client, and you'll do that on repeat over various topics over a number of days. Once you've done that, you will then go into doing your orals. So your orals will be some advocacy, either in a civil context or in a criminal context, and then you'll do a client interview. That would be it in a nutshell for SQE2, and then you're marked accumulatively over that and you'll receive your grade. So it's probably important to say that the SQE is self-paced. Particularly with our provider, it's not like you have to go in on a set day. They kind of give you your work, and then you do have certain assignments that you have to hit with the deadline. In terms of the flexibility that you'd get here, so I'm aware now that you get a day off, completely off. No one should be contacting you regarding any work or expecting you to do any work, to be able to focus on your studies completely. So it just provides you with that disconnect where you're able to compartmentalise and you're able to do your work at Capital, which will build some of the skills and some of the necessary foundations which are higher than the skills needed to pass the SQE. The ability to do that and the ability to take those skills that you've learned in works from people that are levels much higher than the SQE is invaluable. If you're doing the SQE and you've been given like a mock defence, because you don't know what's going to come up in the exams, and one of those things, for example, could be a particulars of claim, or it could be a defence, or in certain modules it could be like a board minutes or something like that. You'll be really used to doing those via your work, or you'll have lots of examples to draw upon. And as I said, those particulars or the defence or the board minutes won't be drafted within the same time frames, and they'll be drafted by people with a lot more experience. So you have some great examples to work upon there. So you can really take those like little tips and tricks and little bits of efficiencies and streamlining, and you can take that into your SQE.